Hey, Zach McDonald with Real Property Associates, and I am really excited because I'm starting something new. Well, again, my goal for 2018 is to have one new piece of content every single day. And in order to achieve that goal, I won't stop doing what I'm already doing, the market updates, the video tours, the negotiation reviews, but I want to add to that something new. And this new series is going to be simply a question and answer series. And so what I would love is for you to bring questions to me. Feel free to comment down below with your questions. I also have questions that clients ask me every day. So when I have questions that are repeated, I will be posting those here as well and posting answers to those. But I'd love your engagement as well. So if you have real estate related questions and you live in the Seattle area or anywhere else for that matter, I'm happy to answer those questions. And so what I'll do is I'll dedicate one video for each question that I have. So today I want to start off with the question of, should I get a home inspection? Now, I have clients that opt not to have a home inspection. For whatever reason. Sometimes they're in construction and they feel confident walking through the house themselves, and they feel certain that they know what they're getting themselves into. The whole big idea with an inspection is to know what you're getting yourself into. So traditionally, the inspection is held after you reach agreement with the seller, what's called mutual acceptance, after the seller has accepted your offer. And that gives you, typically you have 5 to 10 days, business days, to go ahead and have an inspector come out, inspect the property. And then if there are issues, you can either maybe negotiate some fixes with the house in order to move forward, or potentially back out. This would be an inspection contingency. What we've seen more recently is actually what's called a pre-inspection, and that's where the inspector comes out to the house before you make your offer. Typically, the fee's a little less. It's more of a Happy Meal inspection versus a Big Mac inspection. If you get the idea, that the main gist of it is they're still going to inspect all the major systems and structure of the house, but they won't spend as much time documenting. So there won't be as many photos. They won't have a full report for you. It'll be more of a consultation, they call it, a pre-offer consultation. A lot of buyers are doing this right now in the Seattle market because it allows them to, first of all, still know what they're getting themselves into, so they're not missing out on any information. But then it also allows them to make their offer stronger in the seller's eyes, and they will actually remove any kind of an inspection contingency. So their purchase won't be contingent on a past inspection, which for a seller is a lot more appealing than a buyer that has included an inspection contingency. So in competitive situations, it's definitely a plus. Now, I think the whole idea, and I'll illustrate this with the story, is I think you should definitely get an inspection if you're a buyer. And there are going to be situations where maybe you have a special circumstance and that's not required. But I'm seeing it more than I should, where buyers just, no inspection, specifically on houses, no inspection. Okay, great, good for you. But at the same time, you're missing out on information. So when you walk through a house, you can do the eyeball test, right? You can see what's on the outside, you can see the roof, at least from the ground, and you can see inside of the house. But what you can't see is things like the crawl space in some instances, or the attic. You can poke your head in there, but if you don't know what you're looking for, well, you might miss out on things. And I have a good example. It's actually from today. Yesterday, we had an inspection out in Linwood. Looks great. House looks great. The inspector, as he's going through, the house looks good. There's some minor things. There's always things with an inspection. He goes down into the crawl space and he's down there for a long time, which usually is not a good sign. And he comes up and there's water in the crawl space, standing water over the vapor barrier, which isn't a good thing. There's active rodents. There are dead rodents. Insulation's been damaged, probably from rodents. Some of the posts supporting the house have been either damaged by water or rotting. Again, not a good thing. So that's something that these buyers wouldn't have known at all if they didn't do an inspection. So knowing that, now we can investigate and have a few bids done to figure out what it's going to cost to restore the house, essentially. And then we can use that as a negotiation tool or some leverage when we go back to the seller and negotiate. They were able to, in this situation, have their inspection after getting under contract, which is always nice. On a pre-inspection, you might just not make an offer altogether. Or if you did, you would just know that you're getting yourself into that as your situation. So I definitely think you should get an inspection. It does depend, of course, on the situation. And then it also depends what kind of inspection you get. But definitely an inspection is a smart idea. Thanks for asking questions. Please, if you have a question, reply in the comments below. I'd love to answer some of your questions. And it's always fun to engage in dialogue as well. Bye for now.